Welcome back to Vijaycons. Today we are bringing to you the most exciting and challenging road trip we did in December 2023. We took on an incredible journey around the Pearl of Indian Ocean, Sri Lanka, all just in 3 days. Before we get into the details, let me tell you, this was no easy task. Covering this much of ground in such a short time requires good planning, endurance, and a lot of energy. If you're thinking about doing a similar trip, stay tuned because we are going to share everything from our route, challenges, and unforgettable experiences. Well, that was a bit of advertisement. Okay. So I want to tell you before hitting the road, there are some absolute must haves for a smooth journey, like a good vehicle. Make sure the vehicle is in good condition, a good drive, of course. Long hours on the road require experience and patience. A solid plan. A solid plan like where to stop, when to have your lunch, breakfast, dinner, where you're going to stay, how long you are going to take breaks, certain things like that. You have to be solid. Otherwise, the timing will be very difficult. And of course, you must have some extra water, enough water to drink, and of course for vehicle, and some extra fuel. We had around 30 liters of fuel, and of course don't forget to receive some blessings from whatever the religion you are believing in. That will help you a lot. So let's start with our journey. I'll explain with our roadmap. And I must highlight this. In this journey, nearly 1800 kilometers, I didn't do any traffic violation, and that will help you a lot to save your time. Here we can see our entire route map. Actually, this was very difficult to extract from Google Maps because it shows in day wise. I'm not aware of how to get the entire route in single picture, so I had to combine the entire route. And I have to do a small correction to the total kilometers, total mileage, which I mentioned earlier. It's actually on the gauge, it is 1440. So this is the actual mileage in my vehicle. So we started our journey from Colombo 1 and we were heading towards southern province. Our first stop was at Galle. Since we had a thought of covering all the lighthouses around the country, since we have a lighthouse in Colombo 1, we thought of starting from WTC. Covering all the coastal area, we passed Kalutarabodhia and we reached to Jetfin Lighthouse in Galle, and we had a breakfast and we refreshed ourselves. Of course, we started early around 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning from Colombo, and I needed to really freshen up myself. Next stop was Shangri-La Hambantota. We had our lunch around 1 p.m. Then we are heading to the most exciting and thrilling phase of the journey. Our first stay was at Arugambe, and we had to drive from Hambantota to Arugambe within a very short time, around 4 hours, which is quite challenging because the route we had to take is Buttala Katragama road, and it was very difficult with wild elephants, and we both were having a real tough time, a challenging time. This was our first time facing wild elephants in the road, and nobody had any confidence. No driver was confident to pass them through. But yes, with a lot of courage, we were able to escape from this exciting area safely. And it was really dark when we reached the Arugambi road, and still we had the adrenaline in ourselves. We were scared of wild elephants up until the Arugambi stop. To be honest, we both didn't even talk that much until we reach our destination. And when we reached, we were really tired. That's why I am telling you to build up your stamina and build up your patience and take a good rest before you start this journey, because it's really challenging when you face unexpected situations. So, with that, my first day was coming to end, and the second day we have planned to start from Arugambi to Jaffna. Of course, this is also a long journey to cover within a day, and we have planned to stop in Trinco to meet one of my friends, and we'll see how it goes. Because earlier I have traveled from Colombo to Goal, yeah, maybe Hambantota, but not to Arugambe, of course. But from Arugambe to Jaffna, this is my first time. In the morning, the Arugambe was really beautiful because this is the east side and we can see the sunrise. It's very beautiful, and this is my first time I've seen the sunrise from the east coastal area. So it's really beautiful. We spend around 15 to 20 minutes because we need to save time. So we started our day 2 around 6:30, and here it begins. It was a different culture, different environmental conditions, different houses, different towns, different people, but we felt like nobody treated us differently. We only see the difference. Anyway, it felt like quite a different vibe around this area, and we were passing all the lagoon areas. And yes, of course, this was my first time, as I mentioned earlier. So it was really nice to drive and cover these coastal areas, because this is one of my dreams. So here we now see is the Trinco Fort. One of my friend, an old friend, guided us to this location, and we didn't plan actually to visit this place, but since he insisted us, we had to. But it was really nice for a break for my vehicle, and for to take a break from the pedals for myself also, to stretch my legs. This was a good break. So we spent around again 30 minutes. Actually, I would like to say that was a waste of time to my road trip, but this was not a waste overall when I recall my memories around this area. It was beautiful view. So here we can see the Trinco Harbor, Trinco Navy Base, and other several historical establishments. And it was quite interesting, and I promised my friend I will visit again specifically to cover this location. We spent little time and then we left, since we have to reach Jaffna. Jaffna is the northern side of the country, and I must say these areas are easily flooded by the rain, and past few days it was raining and we had to experience little bit of water. It was sunny and straight roads, so we had to stop to give some rest to the vehicle. There are some overflow areas from several lakes, and this is one of them we have captured. And we had to pass this historical section, I would like to say this is a Nandi Kadal, which is a historical place for us, Sri Lanka, where we had the war and it was ended in this location. And we reached to Jaffna around in the evening 5 o'clock. We reached Pedurthudua around 6 o'clock and it was raining by that time. We had difficulty to take some pictures and videos. Anyway, what you see here is the Jaffna clock tower, and I'm not quite sure this is decorated every day, but since it was Christmas night, I think this decoration was done based on that. So anyway, after a tired day, we have ended the second day of our journey and the third day begins. So third day we were planning to visit, start our journey from Jaffna and visit Mena and then to stop at Negombo. So again a long stretch. Anyhow, we started early again. And we skipped Wilpath forest area since I had several doubts on the vehicle. This is the Jaffna city view and this is from rooftop of Jetwin Hotel Jaffna. So I couldn't mention earlier, so we stayed the Christmas night at Jetwin Hotels. So the experience was quite good and it's a 5-star hotel and we had a lot of facilities over there. We don't have that much of videos, but anyway, I would like to say the experience was quite good. And we started our third day and we thought of going to Jaffna Fort, and we didn't want to walk that much, so the fort is allowing vehicles inside to a little extent, so we thought of going inside and taking some shots so that we could add to this video. When you drive from Jaffna to Mena, you can see a nice view of wind turbines. And we make sure to capture some close-up frames to keep as a memory. In this route, most of the roads are covered with concrete. I think it is to prevent the road from flooding. We crossed Sankapitti bridge and we continued our journey towards Mena. This is Mena Lighthouse, as well as this is the end of the Mena railway also. And ancient Setu Samudra bridge is also nearby. We didn't miss to take a look at this baobab tree because this tree is very special because of its diameter, and it is the largest diameter ever found in a tree in Sri Lanka. This is an African tree as per the records, but nobody knows how it got here. And then we headed back to the road and we were planning to visit Madu Church. Even though I thought to take the longest route and forest areas, anyhow, considering the safety precautions and several reasons, thought to stay on main road, and we were experiencing these kind of obstacles also, very innocent. And we could see that there are still warning signs of the mines in several areas. We reached Madhu Church around 10:30, and we stayed there about 30 minutes. We stopped for lunch at Vilpattu entrance, and we were not planning to visit Vilpattu also. We reached Chilau around 5 o'clock in the evening on the third day, and we have to cover few more kilometers to reach Nigambu. We stayed at an average hotel in Nigambu, and it was quite busy because it was the Christmas day. Day 4 is the shortest route we had to take from Nigambo to Colombo, and realizing that we have come to the end of our journey, we felt a little bit of upset. But anyway, with the accomplishment, we were proud and we were happy. We passed Nigambo Fish Market and we came to the end of our journey, which we started from WTC and we ended from WTC. And here we are. We visited Modara Church. So this is the entire story. I have missed several points. But anyway, if you all have any comments or any questions, you can comment on this video. I'm happy to get back to you. Well, I invite you all to do this kind of a road trip and get that feeling. And thank you very much. Hope to see you in another video. I hope to do another around the country in a different country. We'll see. Hopefully. Then until then, goodbye.